Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today we'll be teaching you something special, that is how to bake this delicious crunchy peanuts. Guys, we'll be baking, you're not frying, so stay tuned. Alright, so guys, we have our margarine, salt, eggs, granulated sugar, raw groundnuts, flour, bowl, measurement cup, sieve, and vanilla flavor. So let's get started, guys. Measure out 2 cups of groundnuts, that is 500 grams of groundnuts. You can use any groundnut of your choice, whether big or small seed. Then carefully select it. You wouldn't want to be eating a sandy groundnut, right? So take off all the foreign materials. Then measure out your flour and sieve. We'll be using 500 grams for this recipe, that is 4 cups of flour. It might actually be excess, but it's rather excess than not being enough, so you sieve and set aside. Carefully break the eggs into a small plate. We'll be using 2 eggs for this recipe, okay? The next thing is to measure out our sugar. We'll be using half cup of sugar. Then pour it into the egg. Measure out 1 teaspoon of salt and pour into the egg also. Then measure out 1 tablespoonful of margarine. But before you add the margarine into the mixture, you have to melt the margarine. So while we're melting our margarine, we measure out our vanilla flavor. We'll be using 2 teaspoons of vanilla flavor. Then add to it and stir the whole content together. Stir very well. You can as well use any flavor of your choice. It mustn't be vanilla flavor. Then you can now add your melted butter to it. Then keep on stirring until it's well mixed. Alright, at this point, get your extra bowl. Spray a small quantity of flour inside the bowl. Add 2 spoons of the egg mixture into the groundnuts, but ensure you always stir very well before adding. So after that, the next thing you do is to shake the bowl continuously so that the egg mixture will mix together with the groundnuts. Then you transfer to the other bowl containing the flour. So the next thing you should do is to sprinkle extra flour on the groundnuts. Then you continue shaking until the whole groundnut is covered with the flour. Then you sieve out the excess flour, okay? While we do this, guys, please just click on the subscribe button below. Remember to like and comment. So guys, we keep on repeating the same process over and over again until we must have exhausted all our egg mixtures. Using this method, you can even do more than 20 cups at once, depending on what your strength can carry. All you need is just a bigger bowl. Then adjust to your recipe. For 10 cups of groundnuts, you will need 10 eggs and about 15 cups of flour. Remember that the flour doesn't have an exact measurement, but just ensure you have enough flour. Increase other recipe accordingly, except the salt. You don't really need to increase the salt much, so it won't be too salty, okay? And if you can prepare the egg mixture overnight, that will be perfect. That is, if you are to bake tomorrow, you can prepare the egg mixture tonight, so that by tomorrow the sugar and salt content must have dissolved very well. You will notice that we always cover the bowl used for the groundnut and egg mixing once it is transferred to the other bowl. This is to prevent air penetration so that the egg remnants in the bowl wouldn't become sticky. And if it does, it will make your job very difficult and you will need to wash and dry the bowl again before you continue working. Please do not add water to your egg mixture if you must achieve a crunchy peanut. We're almost done, guys. As you can see, our peanut is well coated. During the coating, you observe that some of the groundnuts will be sticking to each other, so always use your hand to separate them from each other while you continue with your work. Guys, this method is very easy and fast, especially for those who wish to use it as a business. But in case you don't wish to use a sieve for separation of the excess flour from the groundnuts, you can just keep on throwing the groundnuts up gently into the air until all the flour goes off. Yeah, our peanut is ready for baking, so let's get our pan ready. Carefully grease your pan using small portion of margarine. You can do that either using your fingers or using a brush. Then transfer the coated peanuts into the greased pan. At this point, guys, you can choose to fry it, but we are not frying, we are baking because it is healthier. Then send your peanuts into your preheated oven and reduce the heat of the oven because you wouldn't want your peanut to get burnt. Constantly check and turn your peanuts so it doesn't get burnt. It doesn't really take much time to bake. With time, you observe the color change. To know if your peanut is ready, the color will change to pale brown. Also, when you remove one from it and press it, you'll notice that it breaks easily, as it cracks easily without sticking to the groundnuts. This is just 30 minutes and our peanut is ready. So just bring it out from the oven and set aside, allow it to cool. Just know that yours might be more or less than 30 minutes depending on your oven. Wow guys, no more frying of peanuts. Can you see how good our baked peanut looks? Groundnut is well dried. You can use peanut to make money. You can as well use it as snacks for your kids and visitors, and also as more chops for events and so on. Try this out guys, you will enjoy it. See you in our next video. Bye.